Hello, this is Roland. Well, I just made a video lecture. It's about 30 minutes long, which is rather lengthy. Usually for YouTube, the ideal length is like 1 or 2 minutes or 4 minutes. I try to keep the size down. So what I'm doing now is I'm making a longer video because, see, when I get on a roll, when I start talking, then insights come to me. And as the insights come to me, then I express them. And so I just can't express insights. Sure, I could pre-plan something, but then it wouldn't be spontaneous, it wouldn't be fresh, it wouldn't be alive. It wouldn't be from the heart, it wouldn't be real. So I make the longer video, anywhere from 14 to 25 minutes usually. This one was 30. And then I also make shorter, I divide it up into shorter ones, and I put the shorter ones up with the links to the longer ones, see? But I was talking in that video about the secret to life. It's really, and I actually called it the greatest talk on spirituality that you may ever hear. That's what I called it. And I'm not exaggerating. It's the greatest talk on spirituality you may ever hear. See, not a lot of people do what I do. They can't. Okay. So that's why I do it. And I'm trying to make a video just about every day now because of the time of year. This summertime is perfect. The sun comes through the window, and it's perfect. In the wintertime, I have trouble with lighting, and it doesn't work out as well. So today I want to talk about vision. The last video I made, I talked about intuition. The most important thing, if you could grasp the importance of intuition, because you've heard, quotations and inspirational sayings, and people who you respect, they've talked about trusting your gut, going with your instincts, following your dream, finding your true purpose in life, finding your path, your own path, being an entrepreneur, being an explorer, doing what you love. See, they talk about that, and that's right. You know that's right. But you don't know how to make it happen because you've spent too many years in school. You'd been better off if you hadn't gone to school. Okay? Do you realize how many people have been homeschooled? People you would never suspect. People like George Washington, Albert Einstein. The list is just unbelievable. People who were homeschooled, home educated. Abraham Lincoln. Okay? And they did well. Take a look at someone like Stephen Jobs, the founder of Apple Computer. He was a visionary, wasn't he? I wanted to talk about vision today. That was what I wanted to talk about. It's coming out different. Maybe I'll get to vision later. But he was a visionary, wasn't he? An entrepreneur in the true sense. And he made a valuable contribution, didn't he? Yes, he did. Well, he and Steve Wozniak, they started in a garage, tinkering around in a garage. Okay? So, you got the idea. But the point is, so that's what you need. So I need to talk. So I talk about intuition, how to find it. Because see, when you find your intuition, and you trust it and don't doubt it. See, first of all your life you've sat in school, and it's been all backwards. Instead of discovering, they did everything bad. They forced you to learn. And they never got it right. It was always too fast or it was too slow. It was boring, so boring you couldn't bear it, or they went too fast, introduced material too soon, you weren't ready for it, then you didn't do well. And if you did well, see, if you did well, then often it was because you learned just to feed back what they gave you, to regurgitate what they gave you. For that you got an approval, a gold star, for being teacher's pet and parroting exactly what she said. And if you showed any independence, why, then you got in trouble. See? All right? But don't we all know that it's better to be your own self? And if you are your own self, then the authorities often they won't like it. See? I'm not talking about doing bad things. I'm just talking about being yourself. How many kids get slapped at the dinner table? Why? Because they were happy. See? Kid sitting at the dinner table and he's giggling about something and his dad slaps him. Or his mom says, "Stop that giggling, eat your food." See? But we all know that being like Bart Simpson, see? Don't we love Bart Simpson? Don't we love Tom Sawyer, if you happen to were able to read Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn? See? They were their own person. We like Amelia Earhart. She was her own person. See? A lot of people like Princess Di. Why? Because she was her own person. She wasn't all stuffy and turning up her nose on everyone. She was a regular person. People loved her. See? Well, so how are you going to find your intuition so you can be like Einstein? You could have been a genius. You followed your intuition. If you'd have followed your intuition. People who follow their intuition, who follow what they know in their heart, see, they become the great explorers, the great inventors, the great entrepreneurs, or maybe not even the great ones. See, you don't have to be a great entrepreneur. You can just be an entrepreneur, an explorer, a visionary. See, not ambitious, industrious. See, industrious. And with a twinkle in your eye, and love exploring. See, a lot of scientists are that way. A lot of guys that tinker in the garage, with things. That's the way they are. So you need to find your intuition, because it's much more than that. See, that's just the surface. I'm just scratching the surface. It's much more than that. From your intuition comes a safe life, comes fulfillment, finding your purpose, finding out about the important questions in life, and finding salvation. It all comes through your intuition, not from the outside. See, the ones on the outside, they want you to think it's on the outside, that it's in a book or some building or from some person. So you keep going back to them over and over, just like you went back to the teachers over and over again. See? But you've got to find it within. You've got to find your intuition. And then don't doubt it. Trust it. Believe it. Believe into your intuition, what you know in your heart. Hunches, they call it. See? That's what you need. So you should watch that video that I made. It's called The Greatest Talk About Spirituality You May Ever Hear. It's only 30 minutes long. Could you spare 30 minutes? I know it's a bit, in this impatient age that we live in, 5 minutes seems long. But, he who has an ear, let him hear. Okay? It's there for you. I told you. So if you don't believe me, then that's too bad for you. I want to tell you about my book. Let me get it. Here it is. It's called A Weekend with Einstein and Augustine. if you're interested in the topic of intuition, then you should get this book. I talk about Albert Einstein and how he used his intuition. I tell all about it. I tell how he trusted it, how he was unbudgeable, how he discovered things. See, years before those things were proved, and he stuck by what he discovered, even when everyone else doubted it. See, and I talk about Saint Augustine. Some people call him Augustine or Austin, Saint Austin of Hippo. And he loved his intuition. Well, he followed his intuition also. And his intuition led him to God. And for him, it was more like conscience. See, your intuition is also conscience. It's what's right. Your intuition is what's true. Einstein discovered what's true. He discovered what is true about the universe. Or he had discovered some things that are true. Okay? But now if what's true, or what's right, and what's fair, and what's wise is not what you've been doing, then you will become aware of a conflict between what's true and wise and fair and your lifestyle. See? And that little conflict there is called conscience. And our ego doesn't like it until the time comes when you're ready to accept the truth, willing to accept it and not resent it and not flee from it and try to avoid it. And when you believe it, it says you're wrong. It says that you're resentful. It says that you're selfish and you're impatient with your kids. And you resented people and judged them. See? And you've been phony with people. That's what it says. Wordlessly. But as long as you don't want to admit it, then you fight conscience. You flee from it. See? Well, okay. So anyway, for Augustine, his intuition was conscience. And it turns out that he then followed his conscience, and it led him to wonderful discoveries and peace of mind and many wonderful things. And at the base of it, it's because he loved God. He loved God. So, I really recommend you get this book. It's just excellent. It's on Amazon. You can get it from me for a small donation. It's in both Kindle and quality paperback. It's over 400 pages. Has a picture of Einstein on it as a young man and a picture of a painting of Augustine. Very beautiful book. So I was talking about vision. See, intuition. How about Einstein? Did he have vision? Stephen Jobs, vision. How about Moses? How about Isaiah and Jeremiah? They had vision also, didn't they? See, they saw just a little bit ahead. See, Noah had vision. He saw a little bit ahead. He was given to know just a little bit ahead. And he believed it and didn't doubt it. See? So, vision. So now do you see that intuition is present sight and foresight? Vision. Present sight and foresight. And when it comes back as conscience, then it's 20/20 hindsight. See? But most people live life where they go around looking in the rearview mirror all the time. They're always thinking about what happened, what she said, what he said, what they did, what didn't work out. See, resenting. All those memories are traumas because the trauma of resentment. See, so if you want to let go of all those traumatic memories, then you have to let go of resentment. And then you can live in the beautiful present where the birds are singing, okay, and where you can have realizations and discoveries and insights, and you can flow. See? You become like me in that respect. You can flow from within, realize things. Okay? I realize it, I see it, it's beautiful. And then I let it go. Or I give it away I talk about it on the radio or on my talks or write about it in my books or my newsletter. I give it away and then I move on to something else. I'm always moving, always in the ever-present, moving. And the realizations become deeper and deeper. And something I realized 10 years ago, then all of a sudden there it is again. But now I see it more deeply. See? So this life of living in the present, in God's light, is the most wonderful thing. And I really wish you would discover it. Okay? My name is Roland.